Namaste. Thank you for joining today. As always, please practice in accordance with your condition and your experience level, and please respect your limitations. Remember, the practice is an offering, and how you're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. So please practice in a way that will deliver the best experience possible. So on that note, let's begin. Close the eyes and bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice of our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So now let's do the mantra for purification, to purify all the psychic channels within and all around us. So try to do it loud enough so it can be heard by all the subtle bodies within and around us, and try to do it in single breath. If you don't know it, just pretend you're singing through the voice of the Guru. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly. Om Pavitraha Pavitrawa Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smarit Bandrikaksham Sabaya Vyantrahasji. So now let's start off with spiritual breathing in order to establish a deeper connection with the divine essence within, who is equally present in all forms as well. Bring the arms up over the head, the palms slightly turned up. From the fingertips, inhale the best down through the arms and into the spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all at the heart center in the spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the fingertips. Just the breath leaves back out. Everything that you pulled in stays within. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale the best down through the arms and into the spiritual heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it there as an offering to God and therefore to all beings. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. Bring in everything you need. Attract it with your attention. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it at the heart. Keep your attention there to keep on attracting everything that you need there. Exhale out through the fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. All your attention at the heart center, the spiritual heart, which is located in the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart. Let's do mantra for unification in order to again absorb ourselves in God, in the God consciousness. So imagine you're merging with all beings, for God is equally present in all beings. As you're doing this, inhaling, you're closing the fingers up towards the index fingers touching the thumb tips. Exhale, you float them back up. So you continually synchronize and move the fingertips with the breath. And as you do this, you're doing a mantra. So we inhale sa, ho, inhale hum, exhale sa, inhale so, exhale hum. Means I am you, you are me, I am that I am. So they can rest on your knees as you're doing this, and just again absorb in that God consciousness, and imagine you're merging with all beings. I'll do it out loud, and you can do it along with me mentally. Breathe out completely, empty the lungs, and we'll begin. Hum, sa, so, hum, so, to just reflect and observe any changes in the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. Have no expectations of what you should or should not observe. Remain unconcerned as to whatever enters into the mind. Continue to keep your attention at the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart, the residing place of God. Try to see God in all the forms. So now we'll begin the practice momentarily, or continue the practice momentarily. Remember to offer up the practice, renounce all the fruits. Don't just do it for yourself, do it for all beings everywhere. Imagine this as your divine duty. And now let's come to standing. So we're going to start off by just shaking out all the impurities out of the organs. So imagine as you're doing this, you're pumping the belly button in and out. And as you're doing this, you're feeling the organs all being jostled around. And imagine all the impurities just falling out. So try to do at least 50 times that pumping action. As you hold the breath out, take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend down. Empty completely the air from the lungs, hands on the knees, and begin. Pull everything up and in. Keep holding the breath out. Imagine trying to lift the pelvic floor up and in. Press against the back wall of the body, the chin on the chest. And release, come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we'll do it again. Inhale. Exhale, bend down, hands on the knees, and hold the breath out. To pump the belly button in and out again. Again, pull the belly button up and in. Imagine trying to push the heart right between the shoulder blades and the belly button right through the lower back. Keep your tension at the space between the eyebrows. And release, come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. Relax. Allow the tension to fall away. And so now let's come to the center of the mat. We'll continue with some exercises to move all the joints and keep the body in a state of radiant health. Do the exercises with enthusiasm. Do the breathing with vigor in order to get the full range of benefits. Hands on the hips. Start off with the head. Make large circles as possible. Loosen up the neck. Feels as though the head were very heavy, rolling all the way around the neck. And then switch the direction. Try to see the floor, no matter where the head is in its rotation. Ears to the shoulders, the chin to the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. Good. And now, inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, yank the arms down. Spread the fingers as your arms come up and form fists as they come down. Same actions with your hands. Arms out in front. Exhale, pull in. Now, arm swings back and forth. Throw the arms back behind the ears. Release. Arms across the chest. Inhale. Exhale, throw them back. Arms up over the head, inhale. Exhale, throw the body against the thighs. One more. Stay down, allow the body to stop bouncing and shaking. And then roll your way back up. Next one is a squat. So just go down as far as you can. Don't be mindful of your knees. Raise your arms up, inhale. Exhale, drop down into a squat. And pop right back up. Exhale, bring your arms out to the sides, outside to the shoulders, twist from side to side. Exhale as you complete the twist on each side. And then come back. Next one. Again, squat, so be mindful of your knees. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, back down. Continue with me. And then release. Next set, arms out in front. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull and then punch right back out. And then arms down, the same type of movement, but you're going a full circle and a quarter this time. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and drop the arms down immediately. And then release. Now open up the feet, the toes pointing out beyond the edges of the mat. We're going from side to side now. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the right. Right arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the left. Continue. And then return. Next one is the same movement. The breathing's a little bit different. Left arm up, inhale. And then bend to the right, hold the breath. Coming back up on the exhale. Inhale, right arm up, go to the left. Turn a little bit with the chest facing the ceiling. And then back up. Continue. As you bend, try not to make folds in the underside of the body. As you stretch the upper side of the body. You can turn the toes as well, find the same line as the leg. Lift through the hearts. Modify the movements in accordance with your flexibility, with what feels good to you. Remember that how you're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. So if you go to places of pain or suffering, that's what you'll transmit. Remember, God resides within and is feeling everything as well. In that way, it just keeps us practicing in a mindful, conscious way. Lose yourself in the sensations. Let's just do one more on each side. Lift through the hearts. Sweep the body back. Graceful movements like grass blowing in the wind. And then return. So now let's come on to the hands and knees. Coming into cat-cow. Knees underneath the shoulders. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, stretch the belly skin. Exhale, stretch the back skin. Inhale, telescope the neck out of the shoulders. Exhale. Make sure you don't close off the throat completely. Inhale, keep allowing the breath to pass easily. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Generate some heat in these actions. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Push the heart right between the shoulder blades. Inhale. Push the belly button down. Exhale. Throw it up through the lower back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to neutral. Next one, working the hip joint. Raise your right leg up and then swing it up to the right and then throw it back up. So you can slow it down according again to your abilities. Make as though the leg were a big pendulum, though swinging out of control. And then the other leg, swing the left leg up and go out to the left. Imagine that at some point the toes will come right to the head. So now let's come on to the belly. I like to use a blanket as always, so as to protect my hips so they don't grind into the ground. I'm going to lift the upper back up off the mat. As you do so, engage the buttocks in the upper back and squeeze the heels and palms together if you can. As not too much for the shoulders, keep your hands apart. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back down. Up, down. Up, down, 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 up, down. Two more. Up, down, up, and down. And relax. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Now we're going to bring the arms in front of the body. You have a couple of options here. You can raise the legs and the arms at the same time and exhale back down. If that's too much, you can even bring left arm, right leg up and down and then switch. So alternate between the two sides. If you're stronger, you can try to swing your legs up, and when the legs come down, the momentum of the hips and the chest coming down to the ground will lift the propeller body up. So it looks like this. Continue with me. And then release. Forehead down on the hands, breathe in. And breathe out. Sometimes it takes a little while to get the movements and the postures. Just keep trying. Constant effort, constant angry determination to help fuel your enthusiasm. So now starting in child's pose, inhale, come up into high cat. Exhale, cobra, drop your hips to your hands, shoulders back, head back. Back up, inhale, rounding the back. Exhale, send the seat all the way back behind the heels. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, drop your hips to your hands, shoulders back. Inhale, back up. Exhale, all the way back. Inhale, move in a way that doesn't form any discontinuities in the line of energy. That spine, the central psychic channel is your conduit of energy. Inhale, come up. So try to move in a way that doesn't form any kinks in the lower back at either end of the lower back or the back of the neck. Inhale, back up. Exhale, all the way back. Inhale, move fluidly. Exhale, forward. Inhale, rounding the back. Exhale, coming back. Inhale, coiling. Uncoiling. And inversing the whole thing. Coiling again and taking the seat back. Inhale. You can imagine your wave on the ocean emerging and coming up to its full height. And then starting to diminish and disappear back in the water. Inhale. Use your imagination that you can see right through the skin and see the spine move without, again, any discontinuities, any interruptions. Inhale. Exhale, so you have to move in a way that allows the flow of energy to be fluid. And back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale, rounding it back, coming up. Exhale. Taking the head all the way back. Inhale, back up. Bring your chin back in towards the chest. Exhale, send the seat back behind the heels. Take a moment here, breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue, relax. Learn to relax instantly. Just let all the tension fall out of the body, all the efforts. Next one, we're going to glide into cobra. So the traditional entry is just slide your belly down your thighs, creep along the mat, and bring your head up, Bhujangasana. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And then back on the exhale. Now if this is too much, you can do just as we did before. If you enter into the cobra, you come forward into baby plank, you drop your hips down between your hands, your chest forward, and then bring your head back. Hold the breath again. Exhale back. Inhale, glide forward. Blessed are those who can copy the form physically. Try to imagine you have that boundless range of motion like the serpent. And back, exhale. You have to copy the teacher on all levels, physically, mentally, and spiritually. So twice blessed are those who can imitate the form as well, mentally, be regal and wise like the serpent. Imagine at any given pose as your teacher. And back, exhale. 3 times blessed are those who can imitate the form, copy the teacher spiritually. And when you do so, when you try to put the effort into doing that, the teacher has more inclination to want to share all the tricks with you. And back, exhale. So in other words, stay present, look engaged. The Supreme Teacher within is always watching. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And just try to attune your mind to the Supreme Teacher who's within, who is boundlessly loving and non-judging and compassionate. And this time, if you like, you can bring the knees, open up the feet, try to bring your toes to the head, King Cobra. And back, exhale. Don't worry if you can't touch your head, just keep trying your best. And come forward, bend your knees, imagine you're squeezing socks behind your knees. You come onto your fingertips, you get more height. The whole top part of the body from the legs up off the ground. And back, exhale. Inhale. every sense, physically and emotionally. Inhale. And keep sending out your love that's in your heart to all beings. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back. Inhale. Keep saying to yourself, I do this for you, God. This is my divine duty to all beings. For when you serve God, you serve all beings. And back, exhale. And then let's rest for a moment. Breathe in. And breathe out. And even if the idea of God doesn't resonate with you, you can think of all these forces around you. Just think of something that brings you into a state of awe and reverence for everything around you. Good. Raise your arms up over the head. Stretch out on your back. And then as you exhale, pull the knees in towards your chest, the chin towards the knees. Inhale, stretch out again. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, tuck. Make the body as compact as possible. Inhale. Exhale. All the movements powerful, yet graceful. Inhale. Exhale. Picture the body moving the way that you want it to see it move, and then chances are it'll translate in your movements. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Same movement, but the breathing's different. Inhale, raise your arms up. Pull out through the heels. Hold the breath and tuck. Everything stops. All the mind activity, the body movements, any emotions as though we're frozen. Release, exhale, relax. Inhale, pull yourself out taut and long. Hold the breath and tuck. Peel your shoulders up off the mat. Try to bring the front of the shoulders to meet the knees, the chin between the knees. The forehead above that. Knees to the hands. And release, exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath, tuck. Concentrate on the space between the eyebrows. You can press your thumbs in the center of the forebrow if they can reach. If not, don't worry about it. Just keep concentrating and to see the divine perception in that area. And release, exhale. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. All the muscles coming together, meeting in the middle. Release, exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath and tuck. We're working all the muscles, all the systems within the body that animate the body. Release all the glands, all the organs, everything. Inhale. Hold the breath and tuck. Release, exhale. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. Try to keep your concentration at the space between your eyebrows to attract all the prana there. Your attention is like a magnet. Exhale, release. It attracts all the vital force into where your attention is directed. Reach out. Hold the breath, tuck in. And release. Concentration, just like the posture, takes lots of practice. Inhale. Hold the breath and tuck. Try to make your mind one-pointed. Release. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Good. Now, here, bring your arms up over the head and just roll back and forth. If you're stronger, you can try to come all the way to plow. Both feet all the way back behind the head, and then bring the legs all the way back down. Wait till the heels are down before you come up and sit up. Now, so modify according to your need. If you can't, if you need the momentum, your legs come down to sit up, that's okay too. You can keep your legs bent, arms bent, The more compact the body is, the more easy it is to move. If you're stronger, keep your limbs and your arms straight. Move fluidly. Now we'll do one more after this one. No jerky motions. No abrupt, fast, loud movements. Always smooth. Next time you bring your legs back, get ready to stand, bend your knees, plant your feet, and come right up to standing. Good. So now we're moving to the front of the mat. Continue with Surya Namaskar. To the front of the mat, hands to the heart. Remember to renounce all the fruits. Imagine this as your divine duty. Do it simply because it must be done for the benefit of all. Just imagine we're together physically, moving like a school of fish all together. Raise your arms up, over the head, arch back, hips forward. Fold down, bend your knees if you need to bring your chest on your thighs, your hands down on the ground. The right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank, lower the knees down, the seat all the way back behind the heels and glide forward. Nose brushes the ground, come up into the cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat, allow the heart to come down. The head, if you can, touches the ground. Right foot steps forward to the hands. If that's difficult, you can lower the back knee first. Use your right hand to assist the foot forward further. And then the feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. Come back home, hands to the heart. Engage the buttocks and upper back as you're leaning back. Fold forward, hinge at the hips. Modify again according to your needs. Left foot back. Into the plank. Lower the knees down, the seat all the way back. Glide forward smoothly between the arms. Into Cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat, allow the heart to fall, the line of the back to soften. Left foot forward. Feet together, Uttanasana, bow to the legs. Gesture of humbleness. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Don't worry about the breath, just move the body in a way that feels natural. That keeps the breath steady and even. And then just move the body, the breath will follow, the right foot back. And deliver more ease and fluidity and power to the movements. The knees down, the seat all the way back. Glide forward this time if you like. Pick up your hips and knees up off the ground. Charge the legs, upward facing dog. And then press into your hands. Swing your hips back, downward facing dog. Again, soften the line of the back. Right foot steps forward to the hands. Big step, back leg stays active and strong. And then feet together, Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. Hands back to the heart. Go up and back. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Left foot back with the knee on or off the ground, your choice. Into the plank. Lower down the knees, seat back. Come forward. So you can again push your hips up off the ground. Knees off of the ground as well. Stretch the whole front of the body. And then back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps forward. Back leg strong, pushing the back heel. And then the feet together, Uttanasana. Use that action of pushing off the base of the toes to swing the leg forward more easily. Hasta Uttanasana. And back home. Raise your arms up. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body again. The breath will deliver more ease and fluidity. Right foot back. Keep the back leg lifted this time. Back knee lifted this time. Into the plank. Now you have a choice of doing the same thing, entering into upward or cobra, or when you bring your seat back, keep your knees up. Pull the elbows into sides, body's coming forward. Try to come right into upward facing dog without touching hips and knees to the ground. Be mindful of your shoulders, of course, and your strength. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the right foot steps forward, back knee stays lifted, and push off that left foot, bring it forward, Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. Come back home, hands in the heart. Go up and back again. And then fold the body down. Every movement reflecting devotion, surrender. Left foot back. Into the plank. Again, at the entrance of your choice into upward or cobra. The knees can stay up. Pull the elbows into the sides, body. Push through with your toes and the hands. And if you can, swing right into upward facing dog or keep your hips on the ground. Wherever you are, remember, it's perfect if you're always coming in with the intention of offering downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. Bow to the legs. Come right up to standing. Reach up over the head. Hands back to the heart. Go up and back again. Reach up. This time, bend your knees. Land your belly on your thighs. Join your hands behind the back and pull the hands up off the back, over your shoulders. If you're flexible, maybe the hands come in front of the head and your seat comes directly over the heels. Try to get your chest lower and lower. Now from here, looking forward, keep your weight on your left leg. Bring the right foot back. Kapyasana. Swing your arms up over the head. Arch back. And then break the pose. Bring the hands down. You can come back into plank or swing your left leg all the way up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come forward to high plank. If you can, keep your leg up. If not, come back into high plank. Both feet together on the ground. Pull the elbows into the sides of the body. Bring your chest down softly to your hands. And then swing right up into upward facing dog. Roll over your toes back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. The right leg comes up again. Connect all the movements together seamlessly like you're doing divine dance devotion. Right foot between your hands, back toes flat. Come all the way up. Remember, this is an offering, so try to make it as beautiful as possible. Lean your body onto your front leg, join your hands behind the back, hold the breath, and bring the left foot into meet the right. Uttanasana again. Pull the body down on your legs. Push your body against the thighs. Try to get your seat directly over the heels. If your body starts to detach from the legs, just keep your knees bent. And then come right up. Come all the way up, arch back as you see fit. Hands back to the heart. Go up and back. Fold forward. Bend your knees again, land your belly on your thighs, join your hands over the back and pull them right up. Now keep your body on your right leg, left foot back. Again into Kapyasana. Pull the arms up. Use the arms, encourage the body, come further about the hips, arch back. And then break the pose. Bring the hands down, either come into high plank or swing the right leg all the way up into Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Same action as you did before, coming into upward facing dog. If you're doing that version, keep your leg up, your shoulders come over the fingertips. Pull the elbows into the sides of the body, push them with your toes, lower your chest down between your hands, right into upward facing dog. So stay here for a moment, bend the toes under, pulse a little bit. Imagine your dog howling at the moon. Try not to make any folds in the lower back, don't lose the neck, shoulders down. And now press into your hands and lift the seat. And downward facing dog. Pulse here. Try to get the chest closer to the ground without bending your arms. Let's imagine a dog stretching its back. That's the form you're trying to take. And just try to embody all the qualities of a dog, especially the loyalty to its master. That's reflected in this type of movement. The head down, the eyes downcast. And now bring the left leg up. It's Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. And step the foot between the hands. Move the shoulders forward over the fingertips so the back foot comes down softly without making a big heavy thud. Arms up over the head, arch back, crescent moon shape. And then from here, break the pose. Bring your belly onto your thigh, join your hands behind the back, hold the breath, and bring the right foot in to meet the left. Uttanasana, fold the body right in half. Come all the way up to standing, reach up over the head. One more like that. Raise your arms up, stretch the whole front of the body, approach your true nature, which is absolute balance in this potential. Bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs, pull hands over your head and out in front of the head. Look up and then bring your right foot back, right into Kapyasana. Smooth movements, seamless transitions like you're doing a divine dance devotion. Plant your hands down, left leg all the way up and back, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, or into plank. Come forward, keep your leg raised, and pull the chest down onto the ground. Right into upward facing dog. Roll back into downward facing dog. Right leg comes up immediately, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the foot between the hands, back knee down. Uncurl the toes, right up again. Pull the arms way back. Imagine your index fingers going beyond over the back toes. Lean forward again in the front leg, so your hands back join together. Left foot comes in to meet the right. Uttanasana. Press the body against the legs. Come right up to standing. Engage the buttocks and upper back to support your movement. Back home. And one more. Raise your arms up. Fold forward. Hinge at the hips. Bend your knees. Land your belly on your thighs. Hands come over your shoulders again. The head comes down towards the feet. Looking up a little bit. Left foot goes back. Right into Kapyasana. Push your hips forward. Lean back away from the leg. And then bring your hands down. Swing the right leg all the way back. Lose yourself in the image of your body moving gracefully between the forms like a shapeshifter. Chest comes forward, shoulders over the fingertips, lower down the chest again. You can bring your knee down at the same time as your chest is lowering if you need to. And then upward facing dog or cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Left leg comes up. Step the foot between the hands, ever so gently. Seat all the way forward towards your front heel. Reach the arms all the way back. Stretch the whole front of the body. And then right back down with your belly on your thigh. Join your hands behind the back and the right foot comes in to meet the left. Uttanasana. Push your seat right up over the heels. Straight line. Top of the head about to touch the feet at any moment. Gesture of humility. And come all the way up to standing. Reach up over the head. Arch back as you see fit. Hips forward. And then come back home. Take a pause here for a moment. From the heart, the spiritual heart. Inhale the left from the heart up to this space between the eyebrows. Send to the Guru who resides there, guiding us through the practice. Continue to revere all forms, for all forms have that divine essence within. Exhale back down to the heart. Good. And now remain established in that mindset of offering. It's going to adjust the mat a little bit. Okay, so now standing on your left foot, take the right foot up. See if you can hold the inside of the heel. Flex the foot and take the leg up. So depending on your flexibility, your toes might be on the same line as your shoulders and your fingers. If you're more flexible, bring your leg up higher. It's closer to the shoulder. Lean a little bit to your left. Flex the foot to keep the balance. Be magnificent and graceful like a dancer. Good. Now from here, hold your breath. See if you can release the foot without letting it drop. You have to engage the leg muscles. Don't let go of the foot too fast. Bring the foot down. From here, if you can, swing the leg back without dropping your foot to the ground. Belly lands on your thigh. Bend your left knee. Come into like a pose like you're gliding like an eagle, coming down at great speed, at great height, from a great height. If you need to, you can bring your fingertips on the ground and then raise your arms back up once you find the balance. Try to get your foot a little bit higher than the head. Good. And now from here, press into your left foot, hold your breath, and come back up. So whatever happens in a pose, be unconcerned, be unjudging, just stay in the same mindset of the witness watching everything. with nothing but unconditional love of what you see. Remember, all forms are divine manifestations. The left foot now, you take hold of the heel, you flex the foot, come back up again. If you're more comfortable in the pose, you can lean back a little bit, look up. Every posture really saying, this is for you. God, this is for you, for all beings. Good, now from here, hold the breath. Again, let go of the foot very softly so you don't let it drop down. Continue to lean to the right, engage your leg muscles as the leg comes down, and see if you can come right into gliding eagle without touching your foot to the ground in between. Keep your gaze very steady. Don't move your eyes too fast, that makes your mind restless, and then you might lose your balance. Whatever happens, remember, remain unconcerned, unjudging, just do your best. No attachments to the results. And from here, press into your right foot and come back up. So we'll incorporate the next one into our flow of postures. Standing again in the middle of the mat, facing out along the edge of the mat. Bring your elbows and your fingers in the same lines as shoulders and jump your feet apart. Go to your left. Drop down through the left hip. Come down nice and low. Really strong, steady lines. Like the steady devotion of a warrior to the people that they protect. Good. Now from here, bring your left hand down to the ground, the right arm over the head. Parsvakonasana. Push the left shoulder against the knee. And if you like, you can take any variation here. You can take the right arm behind the back, bring the right hand to your thigh, and then just try to roll it outwards, or drop your shoulder down a little bit more so you can get your left arm underneath your leg more easily. Bind your hands just beside your hip, your left hip against the back of the left thigh. Push the right shoulder back again. It's like you're sitting on your arm. And from here, straighten out the front leg. If you like, if you need to, you can move the right foot in a little bit to make it a little bit more, easy to come into the pose. Try to push the right hip up high so the right leg straightens. Eventually, if you keep pushing against the inside of the knee with your back of the shoulder, your left leg might straighten as well. Now from here, release the hand. Left hand slides in front of the left foot. Press off the left foot, raise your right leg up. Ardha Chandrasana, raise your right arm up. Good, now if you're steady here, you can look forward. So you can float your left fingers off the ground, maybe bring them from the heart. And bring the right foot back down, right into Virabhadrasana 2 again. Now look forward, raise your right arm up. If you can, keep your knee up, going into Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. The right arm goes the outside of the left knee. Left hand pushes into your right. And you might not, hopefully you'll be able to see, but the belly's higher than the thigh. And you push, keep pushing left hand to the right. You spin your chest to the left and up. Pull left hip back. If it's too much, you lower the right knee down to the ground. You can do it from here. If you have a bind, you can go ahead, push the seats back. You can use the left hand to guide the hand underneath. Left arm goes behind your back, over your back, and hold it from behind. And then if you like, you lift the back knee up again. Pull on the left hand. Break the pose, bring the right knee down, sink down to the seat. Kapyasana again, pull the shoulders back. Wiggle your shoulders a little bit, try to get your arms back behind the ears. Use all these little movements, these little tricks to get a little bit deeper into the poses, to open up the joints a little bit. Lift the hearts. Wherever you are, remember, is perfect when you're coming in with an intention of offering. Good. Now break the pose. Bring your hands hands back down on the inside of the left foot. Move the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Here, lift the back knee up. Traverse back and forth a few times. Try to get your hips to sink. And push one more time to the back heel. Make sure that the left foot is on the ground, the whole foot, including the heel. So your knee should not be way forward the toes. Sometimes this happens. Keep pushing your right foot back. If your hips are low, you can fall onto your right hip, right forearm, and roll back to your left. And keep on trying to get your head to come forward, so that the more you lengthen, the more the body comes down. Sink down as though the hips were made of lead. If you can't get your hips, if your hips are very high from the ground, just stay on your hands. Just keep sinking your hips like you're doing a cobra pose. Look for the similarities between the forms, not the differences which cause separation and a feeling of disconnection. And then coming back onto the hands, bending toes under dark foot, lift the back knee, move back towards the center. Arms out to the side and come up. Go to the other side. Turn to the right. Turn around 180 degrees. If you're facing away from the screen, you can't see it. Into Virabhadrasana 2. Steady, strong lines here. Enter into consciousness of that which you're representing. Be courageous, determined, and fully devoted. Now bring the right hand down, the inside of the foot, left arm over the head. If this is not doable, if your legs are not, if your hips are still a little bit higher, you can come into this pose with the forearm on the thigh. And you can keep this shape or take a half bind if you like. Left hand comes, circles around the back. Use the left hand to roll the thigh outwards, turn the left shoulder up, or come down a little bit lower so you can get your right arm underneath your leg. Join your hands behind your right thigh, right beside your hip, not over the seat. Good. Now from here, if you like, bring weight into your front foot, heel toe your left foot in if you need to, and then push your right leg straight. Try to get your left hip up. If you can't, you can do the triangle as well. You can bring your hand, the hand on your right shin and your left arm up if you can't do the bind. Again, do according to your condition. Push the head down towards the ground. Push the left hip up. Now from here, Ardha Chandrasana, release the bind. Set the right hand in front of the foot, at least 14 or 16 inches. And try to get your left leg up as high as you can. Bring the left arm up as well. The right hip over the toe, over the heel, the left toe is pointed. And you can stay here or you can look down. Hold your breath so you can take your right hand to the heart. Again, just an option. Bend your the right knee again, come back into Virabhadrasana 2. And moving right into Parivritta Parsvakonasana. So turn towards the front. Left knee stays lifted if you can, and take your left arm to the outside of the right leg. So do it this way as you can see, another angle. You want to have the armpit pretty much on the outside of the knee. And don't stay trapped here with your hands against the shoulder and your body against the underneath, sort of pressing against the leg. You have to push down, right hand to your left, so the belly comes up higher, and the center of the chest moves up and forward towards the thumbs, and then roll the right shoulder back. Again, you can bring the right knee down, left knee down in this case. If you want to take the bind, sometimes it's easier to take it when your left knee is up off the ground, so you have more room for the arm to come under. If you start to lose your balance, you can take your left knee down, or if it's too much. Again, move according to your abilities. Just keep on trying, however, to go to the edge of your potential every time. Break the pose, bring the hands inside of the right foot, move your right foot out a little bit, and then rock back and forth. Depending on your flexibility, depending where your hips are, you either stay on your hands and you just bring the left knee down and just try to ground your hips, get them in a sync. If you're more flexible, your hips are closer to the ground, you can fall to your left, see if you can your left forearm on the ground, and then roll back to the right. So make sure the knee's not falling away from the shoulder. If this is the case, move the foot out a little bit more. The knee and the foot in the same line, make sure that again, the shin is vertical and your right foot is flat on the ground. The knee should not be way in front of the toes. If you're very flexible, with the hips anchored down, the pelvis eventually will come down, and then the belly, and then the chest. Look like a lizard just sunning itself on a warm earth. Imagine you had a big magnet attached to the front of your hips, anchoring the body down, the rest of the body will follow. Good, now come back onto the hands. And from here, bend the toes under, move back into, with your body in between your legs. Arms out to the side and come up. So now we're going to do easy chakrasana. You can move your feet in to about the width of the mat, the toes beyond the edges of the mat. Hands on the seat, press into your seat, push them forward. Bend your knees so your knees are over your toes. Allow the head to drop back. You can stay here if you want. You can slide your hands down the backs of your legs. The hands maybe land just below the knees, and really press the heels of your palms against the backs of the knees. And then see if you can straighten your legs a little bit more by pushing your hips forward and up. Allow the head to drop back. Those of you who are more flexible can go further, again, according to your abilities and your flexibility. Not important. Stay where you find steadiness, but you're still at the edge of your potential. Now roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. And then if your hands are somewhere on the legs, walk them back one at a time. One hand higher, comes up higher than the other. Push into your seat. Pull down on a seat, tuck your chin as you start to come back up and come back. Arms out to the side. Prasarita Padottanasana. Move your heels out now so they're in line with the feet and the edge of the mat. Hinge forward. Bring your hands, either you can take hold of the shin somewhere, or you can even step on your fingers with the edges of your feet. Extend the head forward, exhale, pull the body down between your legs if you can. Try to get your head centered between your feet. Your seat directly over the top of the head. More flexible, try to bring your head in a little bit further in. Eventually maybe the back of the head in line with the heels and the chest is behind the legs. Push your shoulders back, keep your shoulders lifted. Now, this is a nice inversion. You can either stay here, or if you have a tripod headstand, you can go into that. So you bring your hands back, so the tripod, so your fingers are in line or a little bit behind the heels, your arms are at straight right angles. And from here, hold your breath, press into your hands. Those of you who can, if you like, you can straddle up into headstands. If you can't do it from the straddle, you can move your feet in behind your wrists and then come into teddy bear perhaps. Press just underneath the knees against your elbows and bend your toes away from the ground, even just one foot at a time. And then, those of you who feel comfortable can come up into headstand. Lots of options if you like. Stay straddle or in a pike, and then pike by the tuck. A little bit easier to hold the pose, or leg split, one forward and one back. Again, do according to your abilities. Remember, you can always just stay in Prasarita Padottanasana, your head on the ground, your feet on the ground. Now from wherever you are, start to come down. If you're straddling down, open up your legs, hold the breath, engage your core muscles more as your feet come closer to the ground. Press into your hands, the feet land softly beside your head in the same place. Arms out to the side, come all the way back up. Good. Now turn to the right, bring your hands down to the ground, step back into plank position. Side plank, going to your right first, on your left hand and left foot. Turn to the right. You can keep your ankles crossed. If it's too much, you bring your left knee down. Do it from here. So, keep your hips up, your arms in a straight line from hand to hand, through your shoulders. Come back to the high plank. Go to the other side. You can keep your left ankle in front of the right. Make sure you don't fall into your shoulder or drop down through the hips. So if you're sagging here, it's hard on the joints. Keep your right arm fully extended. Push into your hands, move in front of the shoulders so you get more ability to push into the ground to keep yourself steady. And come back to high plank. Good. From here, lower down on the knees, child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Remove all fatigue. Now bring your arms forward, slide right into cobra from here, or make your way into cobra any which way you like. Into downward facing dog. And then we're going to jump forward, our feet to the hands. If you rather just walk there, that's all good. It's all good too. Lift the heels, bend the knees up to the hands. Jump, landing your feet where your hands are. Now bring your shoulders back in line with your hips. Tuck your tail under. The fingers are loose, your wrists are loose. And then lift your heels if you can, all the way up. Push into with your toes. Try not to come forward with your shoulders. Make as though you're leaning against the wall. Lower down slowly. The heels come onto your seat. Tuck your chin in. Pull your legs back, come into easy plow. Your hands on your back, your knees on or close to your shoulders, your feet behind your head. Good. Now you can stay here, or you can come into Shavasana if you like. You join your hands behind your back. Move your arms behind your back further so your elbows come close together. And this will help you find a straighter line. Your elbows are close, your hands come onto your back. Bring one foot at a time up. Take your time to really lengthen that first leading leg up before you bring the other one up to meet it. So then you have a straight line from the toes to the chin. If you're not quite there, you can, and your elbows are not behind your back quite, it's okay. You stay again where you feel steady. Bit by bit, the body with practice will be able to come a little bit deeper into the poses. No attachments or results. Just merge with the form. Try to find the divine essence within each and every one of them. If you have a lotus, you may go into your lotus. Use your hands if you like to guide your feet into the lotus. And then if you can, come right on top of your shoulders. Push your hands into your thighs. Try to get your knees higher than your hips. You have to push your hips all the way forward. Feel free to keep your hands on the back the whole time. Now those in lotus can keep your lotus. You go into Pindasana. Your thighs come against the body, your knees on the other side of the head. Those of you know how to take the bind, go ahead. You wrap your arms around the outsides of the legs, join your hands underneath the seat. So this is Pindasana, embryo pose. If you're not in a lotus, plow pose again. Bring your feet behind your head.
No crash landings, the feet on the ground. Control the descent. Your hips stay over your shoulders. If your feet are off the ground, if you can't get your feet to the ground, just keep holding your back with your hands. Those you like, and bring your thighs against your body and knees on either side of the head. Nothing to do, nowhere to go but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. You can rest your arms on the backs of the knees if you like, so your knees come right beside your head, on the shoulders. Go within. Beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. None of these are you. Getting ready to come out of the pose. Your hands come behind the back, palms down, index fingers touching, thumb tips touching.
Roll down slowly. Try not to come rolling out fast and hard. And once the seat is on the wrists, keep lowering your legs down until they're halfway down. Push into your arms and lift your back up off the ground. So if you're strong, you can keep your legs up, push your chest up, bring the top head to the ground. If it's too much, bring your legs all the way to the ground. Fish pose. Keep your heart as high as possible, so you're trying to reach all beings with the love that's coming out of the heart. Now you can stay here, you can start to breathe very fast and nose like a sniffing dog. Bend your knees, place your feet right down in front of the seat. Keep your head where it is. Urdhva Dhanurasana, for those who want. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head, lift your back up off the ground, slide your head in, and then turn your hands around, fingers facing towards the heels. If you'd rather, you do bridge pose. The back of the head, the shoulders, the top shoulders stay on a mat, but you keep your hips lifted. Lift your seat. Urdhva Dhanurasana for those who want. Take your head up off the ground. Arch the back. Try to get your chest in front of your arms, lift your heels, stretch the whole body. It's the mother of all back bends. Really strong pose that cultivates stamina, determination, perseverance. And then lower down slowly. And rest on your back for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out, imagine you're fainting. Good. Now from here, come back to seat position of your tway leg. Roll up. And from here, open up your feet a little bit, toes up. Doing a variation of stork pose. Bring your arms around from the outside and into the center. And from here, tuck your chin in so you can take hold of cup your hands around the ears. Those who are more flexible can slide your feet forward and bring your elbows down. Interlace your fingers behind the head. Push your chin right into your chest. And from here, release. Bring your feet close to your seat, hands beside your seat. And then now lift up your seat. So open up your feet about 3 inches away from each edge of the mat. The same thing, but standing. Take your arms around from the outside into the center. Tuck your chin in. Cup your hands around your ears. Those who are more flexible can lift your seat all the way and interlace your fingers behind your head, forming a helmet for the back of the head. Push your head all the way through between your legs. This is too much. Just take hold of your opposite wrists here and just push against the backs and knees. Try to get your seat up higher. So you can do this pose as well. Your belly between your thighs. The gravity helps you to go maybe a little bit more deeper into the pose.
than just a seated forward bend.
Then from here, release, roll your way up. Hands on the seat, pushing seat, turn your toes out a little bit. Slowly pull down on the seat. And so you're trying to pull your hands down towards, just keep pulling your seat down. Allow the head to drop back, hips forward. Do it very, very gradually and slowly. You can bend your knees a little bit for a little bit more steadiness. Your knees come over your toes. And again, you can bring your hands to the backs of your knees or further down, depending on your flexibility. Push your hips all the way forward and up. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. And then coming back up, move your hands back onto your seat one at a time if they're on the legs. Push into your seat, pull down. As you start, come back up. Chin tucks into your chest and come up. Now from here, again, bend your knees. Land your hands on the mat. From here, walk your feet out. Left hands in front of left shoulder. Right arm up. Reach up. Open up. If you want, you can take your hand around over your back. Take your right hand out the thigh. Roll the thigh outwards. Keep your back straight from the hip all the way to the top of the head. Pull the right shoulder all the way back over in line with your left shoulder. Right on top. Then release. Bring your hands back down on the ground beneath your shoulders. Walk your right hand in front of the left shoulder. And then bring the left arm up. Reach up high. And keep pulling your arm back. If you want, again, you can take your hand over your back. Bring your left hand to the thigh and roll the thigh outwards. Push the left shoulder back. Try to get your left shoulder over top of the other one. And then release. From here, walk hands back to the center, lower down on your knees. And from here, make your way into Shavasana. Always moving in a way that is gentle, mindful, graceful. And then just settle into silence here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, imagine all the tension falling out of the body. All the efforts, let them go. Imagine you went unconscious. And in surrendering this way, all your efforts, all the tension, you're making yourself more conducive to receiving all the best, the best. The benefits now come. You don't even have to worry about them. When we get too attached to the results, we have expectations, the mind becomes restless. And the mind is constantly spinning, wondering when you will attain what you're trying to achieve. But remember, the practice is an offering. Do it for others, do it for the benefit of all beings, not just for the satisfaction of your own needs and desires. The purpose of the practice is to experience everything, the purpose of the asanas. Experience all forms, all creation through the practice. Bring yourself into consciousness of all beings. And this helps cultivate compassion, because then you start to see the beauty, the magnificence of each and every form. Keep on trying to merge as a form. See God in all beings. Keep that intention firmly ingrained in your mind and heart so you can carry it out in your day-to-day life and all your interactions. So now prepare to come back from Shavasana in a way that is gentle, that is reverent, that is quiet, that doesn't take you out of this peaceful state of mind that you've created through the practice. Make your way back to seated position now. Close with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within and send it to all beings everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. See you soon. Namaste.